Hello, everybody. I guess we're live. We're both concentrating on things right now, and I'm looking at something up because it's irritating me right a second.
Oh, that's what it does.
Oh, come on. See, it's like it just doesn't exist. It's just not. It's not my trash. It's not everywhere. Oh my god, it's so painful. Well, if I ever find it, I'm gonna print it off and keep a hard copy. So that's.
Hmm.
See, why is this not alphabetized?
Oh, so that is working. Weird. Okay. So the chat is working, but it's really small, and it only puts the text up for a little bit.
Oh yeah, there's how did I fix that? I fixed it. Oh, because you're using slobs, right?
Yeah.
There's
Well,
a
no, I'm
setting in
using OBS, but I'm using the
so
Streamlabs widget.
when you use the Streamlabs when you set up the Streamlabs widget, there's a setting that says leave it up, and then you can change the size and whatnot as well. Um, because in slobs you had to do both. You had to do it on Streamlabs itself, and then in the slobs thing there's a setting as well. I found, Nicole, just in case you come across this again, Nicole. For you, but with OBS, I imagine you only should have to adjust it for the widget itself. But that,
Oh, font
Nicole,
size.
that
I
is
see it.
in slobs, I do believe, only. Because I think she only uses slobs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nicole. But I think you don't use OBS, and the Streamlabs OBS. You're absolutely right. You can click the box, you can move some things, you can change some stuff. But if you're using it from Streamlabs link to standard OBS, Joe, then I think you just adjust it on their side. I'm gonna double check the notes, make sure everything's good. It's like this list of mine is just gone, like it never existed. I don't know why. Bugging me, bugging me. Mm. Do you like the name of the notes?
Now and forever.
Yeah. Uh,
All right, so it's there, but it's kind of hard to read because we don't have stuff in the background.
um,
Hi, Mad
yeah.
Hatters.
Yeah, I'm not saying hey. They didn't say hey to me. I'm not saying hey back. Just saying.
You gotta be careful. Charles gets salty real easy.
I'm a diva.
You can tell he's not a slug.
Uh, stupid.
Duh. But he goes well on a margarita.
Drink me, Joe.
Isn't that what you do with a margarita? Put salt on the rim or something, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's when it has salt on it.
All right. Well,
And Nicole says she can definitely help with
the
you know what?
chat is there, but we've got to have something behind it in order for it to actually be
But yeah, no,
visible.
I get you. Yeah.
Trying to.
And it drives me nuts too when it doesn't. Well, we can do well. We can shrink down the giant size Team Up Network logo because it was just filling that dead space. We can shrink it and move it and just leave a black box there, and then the chat will go up.
Yeah, the chat's just weird.
Well, you got 1 minute left, Joe.
Okay.
But if you'll jump out of it, I can take a quick look in a minute.
Jump out of what?
out of Streamlabs. Unless you're not in Streamlabs, that's fine.
Oh, I am in Streamlabs.
Yeah. Well, I know how you are. You're as bad as I am. Get out, Joe. It's time to start the show, Joe. Even though you got all the notes ready and everything, and all I did was show up and be a diva.
Slobs would be easier to fiddle with, but OBS offers a lot more customization.
I would disagree. I think Slobs offers just as much customization, and it makes it a little easier. We can talk off air. We'll figure it out.
False.
And if you like OBS, that's fine.
I do like OBS.
And actually, I've heard word that Stream Elements is actually even better. You use that directly with OBS. But right now, Slobs does the jobs. I'm recording locally. Yes, I is. Cool. All right. Oh, and the fact that you're live, it may or may not. Well, no, you, Fabian.
Yeah, I don't think I can actually. I've tried to change the theme a couple of times, and what's actually getting displayed is different.
So, Joe, are you closed out of Slobs or
Never.
Streamlabs?
Never.
Close it. It's time for the show, Joe.
Never. Okay. I'm out of Streamlabs now.
All right. You sure?
Yes.
Show me your screen. No, don't show me your screen. That'll mess up the cameras. Don't do that. It'll mess up your cameras.
Share screen. Hiya.
I hate you so much.
It's okay.
Yes, Matt Hatter. Why did I get on the question mark? See, it messed up your screen.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's fine. All right, you ready?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah, sure. Let's do this.
Make sure. I know I hit record. I just want to double check.
Matt Hatter's putting question marks. Can you not hear Charles?
Oh, apparently, I guess that might be what that is. You worry about that one to get the show started.
No, you should be able to. They should be able to hear you. They should be able to hear you. They should be able. They should. They really, really should.
Welcome to Pokemon GO Podcast, where we talk about all the awesome sauce that's happened in the world of Pokemon GO and some of the not so awesome sauce sometimes. I am the rock god of podcasting, Charles McFall, and right there is Joe _Ard. How you doing, man?
I'm doing real good.
Oh, not just good.
Not just good.
Yeah,
real good.
Real good. Why are you real good?
Because it's a great day.
In the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Great day to be alive?
Yeah. It's just great. It's a wonderful day.
What? Okay, he's not going to elaborate, people. I don't know what to tell you. So Joe's great. I'm doing so. We're going to jump right on into it and get this thing rolling. We do have a Speak Pipe to play tonight, so that's a good thing to look forward to. I'm excited about it. But first, the experience of the week.
Dun,
and
dun,
you know,
dun.
I edit this thing so fast to produce. I always forget to put the echo in on the random trivia. So we got to just start doing it ourselves on live. Like, yeah, no trivia. I don't know. Joe, what has been your experience this week?
Like a lot of us, we've been catching several new Pokemon, so that is always fun.
There's new Pokemon?
Psh. Do you even see? It's not. Do people even play this game anymore? It's does Charles even play this game anymore?
I like to troll people sometimes.
I'm curious to know which of the new Pokemon is your favorite, but you know.
Well, I have to look at which ones I've caught and then tell you from there because I don't know all of it.
I did catch a new shiny this week, and another. Well, not a new shiny. I've actually already got one, but shiny Pineco. So that was fun. And I grabbed one of the new regionals for our area, for the western half of the world. What was its name? The little green fish dude. There he is.
Basculin. You're giving me grief. And you call a little green fish. I've rubbed off on you way too much.
He is a little green fish dude. He's Basculin.
You did to harass first, and now you don't remember names. We need to bring Ibbot back, and then you'll go back to being regular Joe. You've been influenced by my dark side way too much on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean nobody's gonna argue with bringing Ibbot back, except Ibbot. I think he's way too busy right now.
Yeah.
Uh, ooh. So Nicole says this new wave messed with my brain because I got a Switch plus Pokemon Sword for Christmas, and I already caught most of them in Sword. And then she called me a dirty name. I'm not. You do not have the high ground, Nicole. Just saying. Anyway, so what else? What else? What else? I see you got a Venipede.
Yeah, so of the new ones, I got a Venipede. I did get a Party Hat Wurmple finally. It's not purple, but it is Party Hat Wurmple.
What's the little blue? What's the little blue symbols? Is that buddies that you've been working on?
No, that's what happens when you put Pokemon in gyms. Although yours would be
Oh,
red symbols.
okay. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. It's been a while since I've been giving a crap about trying to put a Pokemon in the gym.
I nabbed a Carablast, and I've got a bunch of Time Poles, and Shelmet, and Venipedes.
Temple, like timpani.
What are you talking about? You're so crazy.
They are not time poles. This is not a Doctor Who podcast. It's temple, like timpani.
But
and if I'm wrong, it's not.
They're tadpoles. Look at it. It's a tadpole.
I'm looking it up.
You look it up in your Merrick primer.
I am. Shut up, primer. You're wrong.
Tim.
That's such a. It's dumb.
Nicole says Timpole.
Temple is much better name. Don't you agree? Everybody, show at Pokemon GO Podcast.com. Tell me, Temple is a better name than Temple. I get it's a tadpole. What's the Tim? Is this your random trivia? It's better be your random trivia because now you brought some controversy to our happy home, Joe.
It's Timmy.
Oh my God.
You doing okay over there, Charles?
I think it's dumb. No, I'm not doing okay. I think it's dumb.
You're experiencing some technical difficulties?
No. There's nothing technical about it.
Timmy. Anyway, so now that we're done with Timmy, what was your experience of the week?
This headache of a freaking podcast. Of the week.
You're so dramatic.
Sometimes. That's what you love about me. Let me pull up my photos because I took screenshots of myself so I'd remember what I did this week. And then I'll go into my recent as well and see where are my photos. Okay, so I gave birth to a Golett.
Ooh, so I don't have a Golett yet.
Oh, I'm now getting closer to the 1%.
Ironically, the one time I saw the shadow on my nearby list, it was at my work while I was several blocks away at a museum with my kids.
Okay, and you couldn't go. Obviously, you couldn't break away and
and it was the middle of the night. My work was closed.
Oh, okay. Now Nicole's kind of adding to his argument. Your poll from Tadpole Tim from tympanic membrane eardrum because of sound and stuff. Timpoli would still fit better with that. I will stand by my name. My pronunciation of that name is much better than the stupid official one. But that's not what you asked me. You asked me about that. So yeah, I got a Golett. So that was very cool. I got a Timpoli as well. Venipede and a Lee. Oh yeah, I did.
So Timpole's kind of creepy. It's like a face with headphones and a tadpole tail.
Yeah,
and that's it. It's just I don't know.
Then I used my my moss lure, my mossy lure, and got a Leafeon. So I have all the eons now. And then now let me go to back to my game and look at recent. Come on, work with me here. Now we'll look up shinies. I don't think I've gotten any new shinies recently since the last time we gave a report on it. Recent is up. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I did. I finished an adventure, or I did something, and got another Alolan Vulpix. So I got this another Snow Vulpix. Uh, I got another Clamperl, which are fairly rare. I don't see very many of those, and I can actually evolve it. Let's
It
hit that
has
button.
two evolutions.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't hit that button. Educate me. How do we do it?
It's random. Good luck.
Oh, so there's no. If it's a boy, it does this. If it's a girl, it does that kind of thing. Okay. Well, all right, here we go. Evolve live, live adventure of the week. Right now, what will my shiny pearl become?
Will it be beautiful or will it be ugly?
It'll be new. That's all that matters to me. Oh, it's ugly. It's ugly. What is it, Huntail? Dang it! I think I
Yep.
already had a Huntail.
Huntail, and then the other one it could have been is Gorbus.
I'm pretty sure I already had a Huntail because it looks wicked. All right, let's see, let's see, let's see. That those are all, I haven't gotten too many of the new Pokemon. Not a lot of the shadows have popped up around. Got when I did the Mossy one, I got a lot of Combees and Beedrills and Tricos popping up. Uh, but yeah, that's where I am. Let me do a shiny search. I don't think I've got anything going there. Why don't you, Joe? Why don't you jump into the Discord? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It looks like I got another Apom shiny because I got my
You
recent
have
on. Yeah,
two shiny
yeah.
Apoms?
I got an Ambipom shiny and an Apom shiny now. Yeah, because AV should have been the last one I reported because I talked about getting the shiny Eevee out of the box or whatever. That was back on 11/4, so last November. And Apom, the shiny Apom, yeah, January 5th. Look at that. So apparently, even before the last show we did, I had a new shiny Apom. Yeah, I got two of those buggers now. Very cool. Yeah, I see you looking at your shiny on the stream. Oh no, you're looking at your big stars. Okay. Well, Joe ignores the request. So, Fabian.
I can look at it. I've got it pulled up. I was waiting for you to shut your yapper.
That doesn't happen. That never happens. You got to jump in. Fabian, I wanted to say congrats to Fabian about getting the Wurmple party at Wurmple. I never even saw one go around, so that's cool. Then go ahead, Joe. Hit him with the. Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry. When you get to the super when you get to the Uxie, talk about that because that thing is gorgeous looking. But go ahead, tell about some of the.
All right. Terry got a couple of shinies. He got a Caterpie and a Party Hat Pichu shiny. And then Terry also got the Uxie. You wanted to talk about that? What about him?
So what is it? I don't recall seeing that. How do you
Well,
get
that's
that one? Is it just
because
random?
it's regional, and we'll actually talk about.
Okay,
We've got a nice infographic about where regionals exist right now, so we'll talk about that in
awesome,
a little bit.
perfect, awesome.
Terry also got a shiny Yanma and a lucky Escavalier. Nicole got a shiny Party Hat Pikachu. Congratulations, Nicole. And that was actually all because she left her phone on, hoping that her phone would drift to hatch some eggs, and she ran into the Pikachu while drifting. So,
Nice.
yeah. Terry's got a bunch of shinies this last week. Shiny Shuppet. This one I'm super jealous of. Ellie P,
Yes,
got
I see it.
a 100% Timber. Hasn't even been out for a week yet, and already has a 100% Timber. That is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Fabian is happy to finally get the sunny form of Cherim. Popeye finally hatched himself a Gibble. So yeah, all in all, a lot of good things happening in the Discord.
It sounds like it's been a good week all the way around. And if you would like to share your experience of the week in our Discord, you go to patreon.com/Pokemon Go podcast and jump into our community there. And I think any level of support will get you into the Discord and you can be a part of that. Or you're welcome to come out live Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Pokemon Go podcast and tell us hey, this is my experience this week, and put it down. That's pretty awesome. So, man, we got lots of headlines here and about 5 minutes to do them, man. So no, I don't know that
5
actually.
minutes?
Yeah. So I'm
Oi.
assuming these are in your order that you want. So trade evolutions. Oh yeah, I did read the article, not the article, but I read the in-game thing about trade evolutions, and more Pokemon originally discovered in Unova are here. Let's talk about the trade evolution. What does that mean?
Okay, so in the original series games, there were a lot of Pokemon that could only evolve from trading. For instance, Kadabra, Machoke, Graveler, and Haunter, all from Generation 1, originally could only evolve from trading. And so in order to incorporate a similar thing into this game, what they've done is made it so when you trade a Pokemon, um, now, I haven't actually done it, so I'm assuming that when you trade, it either evolves automatically or makes it cost 0 candy to evolve. Can anyone confirm? Because I haven't actually done any trading. I'm sorry.
What I read in wherever I read it, either in game or oh man, you got a shellman.
Well,
Sorry, that disrupted me, but man, that thing is so ugly. It's cool.
so I
Uh,
pulled him up because
yeah.
he's one of the ones that trading to evolve. You see the little trade symbol there?
Yes.
According to the announcement, it says
No
trade an
candies.
eligible Pokemon to lower the candy cost to evolve them. But
I thought it said no candies. Is the one I read.
so what it actually says in the announcement is lower, but I
Okay.
think for the most part it's been 0. Yeah, trading costs 0 candy to evolve is what Kilted Pipe Guy is saying, which is what I've heard as well. I'm just saying that their phrasing is not matching up to reality. I mean, it is lower, so I guess they're not lying. But yeah, and then several others. We've got um, a couple of infographics that show some of this on there. Apparently, GoHub got this announcement early because within 15 minutes of the announcement coming out, they had an infographic already on the Sylph Road.
Well, you go, Hub.
Yeah. But yeah, the GoHub one specifically says certain Pokemon will cost no candy to after trading, and it specifically is calling out Kadabra, Machoke, Graveler, Haunter, Boldor, Girder, Carablast, and Shelmet. So, yep, yep.
I want some. I love shadows. You know, I love shadows, and it's a happy time right now. Um. So yeah, ignore chat right now. I know your brain. You ignore that right now. Just stay on topic. Stay on topic. So it's gonna be lower. So you
Well,
need to.
0. And actually, it was asked earlier today on the Sylph Road because, like I said, I haven't done any trading with these Pokemon. But it was asked if you trade the first form. So most of these are second form, with the exception of a couple. Um, if you trade the first form, when you get to the third form, it still costs 0 candies. So that's good to know. So if you traded a Machop instead of a Machoke, you would have to pay to evolve the Machop to a Machoke, but you wouldn't have to pay to evolve a Machoke to a Machamp. If that makes sense.
That it does.
Okay. Um, and then several new Pokemon are appearing in eggs. And some of this infographic, they must have their information slightly off. So I don't know if Timber is appearing in the wild. I haven't seen any, so I'm assuming not. But he is appearing in 1-star raids, and 10K eggs. The rest of them, so Tortuga, Archon, and Axew, are all appearing in 10K eggs and in the wild. And then Venipede and Dwebble are appearing in 2K eggs and I think all the rest of these are appearing in the wild. But in 2K eggs is Venipede and Dwebble. In 5K eggs is Roggenarola, Timpole,
Be careful,
Trubbit.
you don't say that right. You're gonna summon some ancient demons.
Ricola.
That is an ancient demon.
Trubbish, who I'm sure you'll love this Pokemon. Do you know? Have you seen Trubbish?
I have not.
He is literally a bag of trash. Um,
I love trash.
so that's Trubbish, and then Carablast, Joltik. Joltik is a fun little guy, little electric tick, and then Shelmet. Those six that I named off are in 5K eggs. And Nicole says Trubbish is the best, who evolves into Garbodor.
And the third form is Dumpador.
No, there's only two forms. Um, and then
Mm.
there are now what 1 through 5 new region exclusives. Although one of them is just different forms of the same Pokemon. Um, but yeah, there and we'll like I said, we've got an infographic with an updated list of all the different regional Pokemon, and so we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But there are, like I said, 4 with 2 different versions, new regional Pokemon that they added. So fun
All right.
times.
So we've got some new mechanics going along with this infographic that we've got here. Is this the one you're talking about with the GitHub?
Yeah, that's the one we've been talking about.
Yeah,
And
I do
and
like I do like Girder. I know we talked about Girder before. You brought it up a while back, and it's the everyman's working man Pokemon right there.
yeah, so Conkeldurr is going to take over. He's a top contender for best fighting type Pokemon now.
Contender or definitely gonna take it. Like, the best.
He's got it.
All right.
So him and Lucario have beaten out Machamp, and then Breloom technically does more has for a long time does more damage than Machamp, but it's so squishy that most people use Machamps. But
Glass cannon on the
and
last splash.
the one that says new Unova Pokemon evolution costs, you can see what Trubbish and Garbodor look like in there.
Now, speaking of seeing things, I saw a throw today. I didn't, I don't go look at these until showtime or whatever, so I didn't know the graphic with everything out there. So I pull up to my regular parking spot, and my regular gym
Next to the
has
gym.
whatever. Yeah. Well, there's another gym like half a block over, and so on the screen it looks like they're next to each other, and I see this karate judo guy standing there. I was like, what
I don't
in
have
the
one of them yet.
world is that? Well, somebody in my neighborhood or my neck of the woods rather does. So they've already found one. I guess hash it out with 10K.
Yep,
So
or caught in the wild. I was headed to grab one when I was walking to my car, and it ran away before I got to it. I was very sad.
I don't know why, but the name Timber actually just makes me very happy. So I actually have 2 before we go into this next one. I know it's about Unova, but I have 2 Unova stones. Can I just type in Unova into the search in my Pokemon and it'll tell me?
You can type in Unova and it'll tell you which Pokemon are from Unova.
But it won't tell me who needs it. So same with Sinnoh. I tried Sinnoh the other day and it just gave me a bunch of ones for the Sinnoh region. It didn't actually give me the Sinnoh evolution.
Type in Unova and then the ampersand and item.
Okay. I'm hatching an egg right now apparently, so I can't. I got a
so because the
Solrock.
Item keyword tells you which Pokemon you have that you have enough candies and they require an item.
Okay, cool. So let me do that. So you said type in like Unova.
Unova ampersand item.
Ampersand is the and symbol, right?
Yes.
And nothing comes up. So I have 2 stones and nobody to throw them on.
Really, I'm surprised you don't have enough candy for a Panpour.
And it's not Unova space item or Unova space and it's
no
just
spaces.
All one word. Unova UNOVA and or ampersand item ITEM.
Correct.
Huh. it looks like I'm a little surprised, honestly, by that too. Because I would think, well, Lillipup doesn't take an item. They've got a ton of those. Interesting. Actually, I have a decent amount of Unova area Pokemons. I love the Golett. The Golett looks like he looks like the Pokemon version of Baby Yoda. He's like, I'm a little soldier. I'm here to fight.
See, I think you would like Semipore.
Yes, I've seen the pictures. I don't have one yet. I got Panpour. That's what I have. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. But now we're on this Unova evolution costs. So I don't know that you need to go over all of it, but there's a nice graphic here. So you got I mean, it's pretty standard. The special one, Carablast, which goes to Escavalier. Escavalier, like Excalibur, like Escavalier.
Yeah, so basically the newest version of these is that anyone that you could trade to make for 0, if you don't want to trade, costs 200 candy to evolve. And if it's a 3-stage evolution, for instance, Timber into Girder into Conkeldurr, the first stage to second stage costs 50 candies to evolve.
Yeah, and then the 3-stage like Venipede, you get a standard 25 100 on the 3 stagers there, unless of course they qualify for a trade, which actually
they
the 25s don't. Yeah, I'm noticing that the 25s don't qualify for a trade.
Yeah, the trade ones cost 200 candy, but
Rubbish.
Just evolve them.
He really is a
or
sack
just
of
trade
trash.
them to evolve them. Yes, he is.
I mean, it's cool. Okay, out of these on this screen, what's your favorite and what's the dumbest?
I mean, Trubbish is dumb, but he's so dumb that he's lovable. You know? I think Joltik might be my favorite out of all of these, just aesthetically. Whereas probably Ragnarola and his evolutions are my least favorite.
So I'm looking at this evolution cost one, right?
Yeah.
The screen. I get that one. Well, okay. Gigalith is kind of cool. Out of the Ragnarola family.
I don't know. Timpole's pretty dumb. His evolutions are dumb too. And now I've just offended a lot of people who like Seismitoad.
Yeah, he looks like what's that old book and cartoon, Mr. Toad, and somebody out there will know. It's not called Mr. Toad's one of the characters in it. I can't remember what the name of it is. I'm back in the chat. It doesn't tell me. But anyway, he looks like a DJ from that universe. Like I'm gonna
The Wind in the Willows.
That's it. I believe that's it. Yeah. So I'm gonna say
The New Adventures of Mr. Toad.
It could. Well, I don't know about the new ones, but yeah, Wind in the Willows is what I was thinking of. I think out of the ones on the screen, I'm torn between Girder, just because he's got this I'm gonna work like a working man, but I got the afro that says I'm gonna go party tonight. And then you got Haxorus, because it's like if you don't say it right, you just summon some kind of Harry Potter magic. And if you do say it right, you got this big mean fire. Well, he doesn't. He's grass type, and but well, no, these all have grass on him. What type is he? What does that grass mean? He's dragon type. What's the grass on the? Oh, found in the wild. That's probably what that represents.
Oh, you're looking at the other one.
Yeah, sorry. I see the dragon type, but he looks like he has the orange flames coming outside of his face, and because it's a small screen, it's probably hair or something, but it looks cool. The dumbest one, Crustle, is stupid. It looks like they tried to do a crossover with SpongeBob and failed. So I do like Trubbish. Trubbish is pretty cool. So yeah, at me, bro. At Rock Got a Podcast. You can at me all day long. I don't care.
Caracosta is a blue Ninja Turtle.
The worst Ninja Turtle.
So we got a new Ninja Turtle and we got a Battletoad.
Oh, and the Baltos were cooler than that. But good reference. I was impressed by the reference, but you're wrong. The Baltos are.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about this trading. Right, we talked about it a little bit. Well, this actually doesn't give us a whole thing. I thought it's going to give us extra. It's just a Reddit thing, so you pretty much already covered what that one talks about there. Have you? I'm assuming you haven't, because I'm assuming you would have said something in the opening, but you haven't traded any of these, right? You haven't.
Correct. I've said multiple times that I have not traded anything yet.
I don't listen to you, Joe.
Obviously.
I'm busy fixing things and doing stuff. And I said, but we need podcast counseling. We're having communication issues.
All right.
Now the regionals.
Yeah, let's talk about these regionals.
Talk about the regionals.
All right. So, this is a pretty nice infographic that comes to us from DH Pogo News, I guess is what they refer to themselves as. But yeah, so what it does is it shows each Pokemon or group of Pokemon and where they appear at. So most of these are old hat. We've had them for a while. The new ones, down in Central/South America, is... Oh, shoot. I need to pull up a guide to tell me what the new Pokemon's names are. Because, like I've said, this generation is one of my least known generations. Maractus is the Pokemon I was looking at there. So Maractus is new and appearing in Central and South America, which is the same region that Heracross appears in. So if you're in an area that Heracross appears in, you can now get Maractus in your area.
That's pretty cool. Sounds like it's time for a Disney trip.
Yep. In Egypt, Greece, and Israel,
that is cool.
They have added Sigilyph.
So glyph, and I don't know what the sig would be, but
sigil. Probably Sigilyph, really.
That's that's a really cool looking one.
And then the other one they've added the two new karate people in North America, South America, and Africa. We have Throw. He's the chunkier red one. And that is the same area that Seviper and Illumis and those are in. So that's the Western Hemisphere. And then in the Eastern Hemisphere, we have his counterpart, Sock. So he's the blue karate master guy. And then the one that I mentioned before that has two different forms is one that I've actually got the form that's over here already. Basculin. So there's Basculin with a blue stripe, which is what we have over here in the Western Hemisphere. And this one is actually like straight up cut down the middle. It's not quite the same area as Sock and Throw, which I was surprised that some of these had longitude qualifiers on them instead of the region qualifiers. But that's the same area that the two different Shellos appear in. So on the Western Hemisphere, we have the blue-striped Basculin, and on the Eastern Hemisphere, they have the red-striped Basculin. And then that covers all the brand new regionals. But you were asking about the Lake Trio earlier. the Azelf, Yuxi, and Mesprit.
Yes.
Yeah. So here in the U.S., we have Azelf, and then in Europe um, and Africa, they have Mesprit, and in Australia, Eastern Russia, um, and Asia, they have uh, Yuxi. So, yep.
Sounds like we need to get our world tour on, man.
Yeah. Or, spend several days with Barry. One of the two.
Same difference for me.
or trade some with Nicole. I bet she's got some Mesprit to trade.
Yeah, she said that if we get a throw, she'll give us a sock.
There we go. Fun times.
Work.
Fun times.
So she's going to be the hero of Dragon Con. So she'll collect up all whatever regional she can get, and then
everyone will want what she's got to offer.
Her Pokemon brings all the boys to the yard. Her pokes are better than yours. Other than the obvious Conkeldurr, this is a question asked on Reddit. Other than the obvious Conkeldurr, Conkeldurr, are there any other new Pokemon added to this wave worth leveling? Which is a question that pretty much gets asked every time new stuff comes out. Joe, what do you know?
So Haxorus is available. That's the evolution of Axew, and it isn't the best dragon type, but he's pretty good. So plus he looks pretty awesome. So, and he's better than a lot of people were expecting, actually. He's the quote unquote third best option versus Reshiram. And now, granted, Reshiram isn't even out to fight yet, but he is the third best one. So he's not like meta breaking, but he is good. So Haxorus is good. Apparently, Escavalier is supposed to be pretty good for PvP. So grab onto one of them and keep it. So for PvP. And when it comes to PvP, generally you want low attack IVs and high everything else. So keep that in mind there. And then,
so I'm not sure which way Nicole corrected us, because then I like hacks are us. It makes me laugh. But according to Merrick Primer, Hacksaurus. So hack is emphasis, and then Sora, like a dinosaur, Saurus. That's how this says it's pronounced, which I think is what she was trying to tell us. I don't know.
It's okay. We'll just hack the pronunciation. So, you all right there?
As we should.
So, but yeah, those are the main ones, I guess, to look out for. Is Escavalier, which is the evolution of Carablast, is apparently good for PvP, and Haxorus is a decent attacker. I'm curious to see how what they did with Archeops. So Archeops, for those that don't know, which is probably a fair number of our listeners, he has an ability called Defeatist. So he's got super high stats, but when his HP is half or less, then it cuts his attack and special attack stats in half. So if he starts to lose a fight, he gets weak, basically. So I'm curious to see if they even acknowledged that ability in Pokemon Go at all. I haven't heard one way or the other. I'm assuming they haven't bothered, just because there's no. I mean, they kind of the only ability that they've really even recognized so far as slacking, and all they did with that is made it so his quick move sucks. So
maybe that's their consolation that you don't have the ability to make it like it was, but his quick move is kind of crap.
yeah, so that's what they was slacking. But I wonder what they would do with Archeops, because yeah. Anyway, I'll have to Google around and see if I can find out if they even acknowledged it at all.
Well, right now we're going to take a quick break. We got a few more headlines to come, so stick around. Help us put some poke eggs on the table to feed the little Pichus.
Make an omelet.
And we're back. All right. Thanks for sitting around for that. Piplup's Community Day move has officially been announced as Hydro Cannon. Actually, before I do that, I'd like to come back from those little breaks and say, hey, you don't want ads in your show? We get you. Patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. Ad-free version of the show goes up there. Plus, awesome other stuff like our Discord community and everything else. So, by all means, jump over there. Always going to have the ad-free version there. And thank you if you do listen to ads. We appreciate you very much. Now, Piplup's Community Day move has officially been announced as Hydro Cannon, which we knew was coming. We knew it was Piplup. This is the most, not because it's Niantic. I don't know if it's just because it's so predictable, but the internet's just me. But it's just like, this is the most anticlimactic announcement in the history of the game so far for me.
I mean, they announce it all the time. We just don't always mention it, and I doubt you look up.
For Community Days, we try to stay on top of it.
Yeah, but it's to the point where half the time it's just like, okay, we know what's coming. And we know your tricks.
Right, it's a pattern now. And like you were saying last week, well, that's the only move that really makes sense for this kind of character.
Yeah.
So then I was like, man, they need to come out left field and do, fire breath or something. It'd be awesome. Meteor. I don't want it on Piplup. I want Meteor on Piplup. That's what I want.
This Meteor mash.
This little tiny penguin smash. But Empoleon, right, is the exclusive attack. Who can get that? But you can go up to 2 hours afterwards and do it. That's the only thing that's probably was ever in question was, what's your time frame on it?
Yeah, and they've been pretty regular with keeping it up to 2 hours afterwards as well. But yeah, just a reminder, it's Sunday the 19th that Piplup's Community Day is. So
yeah, I saw some new people come in the chat room, so welcome. Thank you for joining us. Latias and Latios zip into a special raid weekend event.
And this was announced this afternoon.
Breaking news.
Yeah. And this is next weekend, so that's January 24th through the 27th, which I'm kind of surprised. Well, I guess I'm not, since it's covering 72 hours. I was going to say I'm surprised that it's starting at 1 p.m., even though they just made that whole big hubbub about starting the shift in the Southern Hemisphere. But yeah, so the 24th through the 27th, from 1 p.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time on those, Latios and Latios will be available in raid battles. Their shiny forms are available. They're Dragon Psychic type Pokemon, and they're decent, but generally they don't make very many lists as far as, oh, this is the greatest counter ever. But what you're going to want to use against them, because they are Dragon Psychic, Ice, Bug, Ghost, Dark, Fairy type Pokemon. So, yeah, pull out your Tyranitar and your Togekiss and
hey, this is a family show, Joe. You watch that now. Don't make me warn you again, man.
Okay.
I noticed that Rayquaza was one of the ones that we take in. Thanks to Barry, good old Uncle Barry, I have a Rayquaza to take in.
Is
So
it
if I
is it a
happen to,
black Rayquaza?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, pretty sure. Um, I got to open the game, so we'll move on. We're not going to make it wait. But I think I think it was a shiny they gave me, but we'll figure out.
Ooh.
I'll hit you in a second, and we'll just keep the show because it's going to take a minute for this to open up.
You
I'm assuming,
closed your game? What are
yeah.
you doing?
I'm focusing on the show, so the camera's not having me constantly look down at my phone, man. Trying to be good here. Latias and Latios, you've got both of these, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have shinies of either one or both?
Nope.
So
Oh
you
wait,
got.
I lied. I forgot. I have a
No,
shiny Latios.
that's gonna be a 50 hail soul rocks to get forgiveness there.
My bad.
Mm-hmm. No, I got a regular Rayquaza. He gave me a shiny of something else. Salamence. He gave me the shiny Salamence. I've got a regular Rayquaza, but still, I ain't mad at him.
So I guess I need to get myself a shiny Latios.
Uh, I need to get either one of them. So it's a strong maybe on that one
That's
for
a
me.
definite maybe.
Yeah, that's a the heart is willing, the time is not always there.
You got 3
So,
days. You can do it.
let's see. I mean, it helps that it starts Friday, and let me. I'm going back to double check the time here. Friday, 1 p.m. But that's PST. So 1, 2, 3.
4.
That's four.
Yeah.
It is actually a strong. Well, I
It's
don't
a
get it off of the.
strong maybe.
It's a strong baby. Yeah. 'Cause I'm like, oh, I mean, basically, people would be getting out for work. Somebody would come to the area I'm in, and I could raid with them. But then I realized I work from home on Fridays, so it's a whole different raid group. So I'll see about getting into the Discord because
The Discord you created and abandoned.
I wouldn't say abandoned. I evolved away from it.
Okay.
Um, but the park that's less than 5 minutes from the house is a EX raid park. So if I can go and raid there, there's a good chance I'll get an EX raid pass out of that as well. So that will that man, yeah, my kid. Oh, you know what? That Saturday, my kids might have a basketball game, which is at the gym at that park. So I may just go, yeah. Y'all go play basketball. I'm gonna sit in the parking lot waiting for randos to show up and raid with them. That'll work. That's not a bad parenting at all. Shut up. Shut up, Joe. Uh,
You do what you got to do.
you know, you don't, but I do. No, I don't. Uh, before we get to this discussion, because I like it, let's do the suggestion first. And I like it. I like the suggestion because I have been caught not hatching eggs many times on the show. It's
That's
not
why I put
because,
this as a source.
yeah, thank you. It's not because I ignore it. I don't want to. With the gotcha, which I don't care how you feel about it, that's the only way I can keep up in this game with my busy schedule. So,
Ironically, I didn't have a Pokemon and an egg just now.
and I hatched one on the show and immediately put another one in to incubate. But things will happen with the gotcha that you don't realize because the screen is closed. I don't keep my game up in my face while I'm driving. Before I get to driving, I connect the gotcha, close the screen, and then let it do the catching and spinning and whatnot for me as I drive. Eggs will hatch during that time, and you won't know. It's not like when you reopen the screen and it goes, oh, sometimes it does, but not all the time. And there's been many times it's hatched, and I didn't realize it's hatched until I went to look at
Yeah,
something.
it's hatched while Pokemon Go was in the background.
Yeah, and it
Yep.
just did its thing. So I love the suggestion. Just a little, there's a lot of real estate being used on the stream. I'm like, okay, either in between your buddy and the Pokeball, or in between the Pokeball and the nearby, put a little egg symbol with a band on it. The little circle band, just telling you, hey, there's no egg being hatched. Because it doesn't need to be up in the side menu because you can
It
touch.
could be just above um the nearby list next to the research
Yeah,
icon.
you know what? That's a good placement too. I dig that. That's yeah. So I am down, and this came from Reddit user Marky _ marketing, and I agree. He says I've walked way too many kilometers without incubating something. Working on with only the infinite incubator, this can feel like a great inefficiency. That's my that's my modus operandi right there. It's I use mainly either the free ones they give me or the infinite incubator only. So I like having it hatching, and when I find on
Mm.
usually it's not even on the show as much anymore as it is Mondays. You do the Mondays and that adventure sync for the week. Does the thing and it brings up the screen and it says no eggs incubating. I'm like, seriously? Why are no eggs incubating? So it is frustrating when that happens. Uh, yeah, it does show you. Yeah, Nicole, it does show you under Adventure Sync as well. But so you either go into Adventure Sync and you look at it,
Yeah, you still have to scroll down.
or well, I mean, you have to take action, or you can actually go look at your eggs and it tells you there as well. Again, taking action. If you just had it up on the screen, I mean, just a little something on the screen where I'm not taking action, right? Because wow, that's a solid collection of eggs, if I say so, Joe. Three 10Ks, a
Oh,
7K, and a couple 5Ks, or a bunch of 7Ks and a 5K or something like that. Says no 2Ks for Joe. He's the 1%. No, you got a
I've
2K
got
in
a
the
2K
incubator.
sitting in the infinite incubator right now.
Mm, I
Um,
disapprove. You should be doing a
but
10K.
on Sunday, make sure you toss eggs into your incubators because it's quarter hatch distance during community day.
During the community day,
Yep.
right? And see, this community day, I'll get a piece of it because I'll be downtown Atlanta, and we'll see what happens. Um, but then we got family plans that actually take us to a place that's gonna be away from all Pokemon stuff. So I don't know how much of that I'll get to do. But now for the discussion: should Niantic improve communication and compensation? Obviously, to me, yes on communication. Compensation, it depends on what you mean. I personally love the games that give you a login reward just for opening the game. I love games that when they want you to read their message, it comes with a little in-game
S-
currency or something that you get
So what this
for
is
reading it.
actually talking about is when Niantic messes up.
I like games to do that too. Like, hey, sorry, we fixed a bug. Here's a little something for your patience.
Yeah, so as far as I know, the only time they've ever given out mass compensation, which you were part of, was that first Go Fest, where they gave everyone $100 worth of Pokecoins and a Lugia.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of real world money was involved with people traveling in and all that other stuff. I think. Now,
Yep.
I am
Now,
very clear on my wording. I like when games do that. And I'm honestly disappointed when someone's like, "Hey, sorry we messed up," and it's just an email. I'm like, that's crap. At least give me something. But it's still free. Free
well,
is free, and you can't complain that they're not giving you free stuff.
so here's the thing: the example, the more recent example that they're using, where obviously no compensation was given because they just don't give mass compensation like that.
Yeah,
Is there was recently a bug where um, a one of the research quests was hatch 7 eggs, and it gave you an Alolan Vulpix. The bug is that it was supposed to allow a chance for Alolan Vulpix to be shiny. The bug had removed Alolan Vulpix's shiny.
oh, so I possibly could have gotten a shiny out of mine.
And so people were spending money on incubators in order to run through these quickly, trying to get a shiny Alolan Vulpix, and come to find out it wasn't even possible. And so people are mad because they had paid money specifically for
Yeah,
incubators to try to get shiny Alolan Vulpix, which I get it. People want shinies, but shiny Alolan Vulpix really isn't much different than regular Alolan Vulpix. If you look at them side by side, there's
the economy in this game is not great.
no.
That's the thing. And civilian on base is saying, but they choose to spend the money. I am 100% in that camp with you. Going when it's RNG, right? When it's random, when you can't spend money to guarantee or at least greatly increase your chances, like 80% increase your chances, then you're gambling. Now I don't mean that in the legal sense where they're arguing about is this gambling, is blah blah
Now,
blah,
but
but you're rolling the
the
dice.
thing is, they were rolling their dice. They were rolling the dice for a chance, only to find out they had no chance.
And that in the EU right now is a big deal.
They thought
EA
they
has gotten
thought they
smacked
were rolling
down.
percentile dice when in fact all of the sides were 0.
See now, and I do think that Niantic should be held responsible for that, and should compensate money spenders for that. Me, I didn't spend any money. I didn't take any other chance other than what the game's already given me. I deserve no compensation. But I'm not meaning you, Joe, specifically, but you that spent money because you thought you had a chance and you literally didn't. It's becoming a big deal in other countries right now. It's been tabled here in the U.S. Um, as far as this discussion goes, but I know in the EU, EA, the game manufacturer, the game company, got smacked down hard for loot crates. Right,
Oh
this is
yeah,
kind of generally what it's called, loot crates. Right,
that
when
they
you
had
pay
to
for
give
that chance.
actual probabilities and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's where
Now,
that came from in the
now
game.
in game is one way to spend money, but the other way to spend money is by throwing some bits to us, like just my 23 cents did. 123 bits our way. Woo, woo. And guess
Hey,
what? 100% return on getting a shout out on the show.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, not a shiny shout out. There wasn't a real chance for that. We put that to 0. But a real shout out. I'm just laughing at how you did good, Joe. I'm gonna give you a pound there. You did good on working down with Ed. That was good. But yeah, I know in some countries they've outlawed loot crates. Nicole is saying if they do it for loot crates, they have to do it in casinos and for slot machines and stuff like that too. Unpopular opinion. Well, okay. Here's the argument for games. Not my argument, but the Quotey Finger argument. Casinos have an age limit. You have to be, I think, 18 and older. It depends on where it is. It might be older than that, but it's typically you have to be 18 and older. I mean, it's everywhere. They have signs there. It's everywhere that it's stacked. The house is stacked against you. It's everywhere. It's game of chance. It's everywhere that you're just having fun. I mean, they have pamphlets there about Gamblers Anonymous and this, and that, and the other. But children, minors in the United States, right? Anybody under 18 are not allowed to do it. But gaming, anybody can play Pokemon Go. Not anybody. They have to have, I know there's a little bit of a Niantic trainer account, this and that. Take away Pokemon Go, put it in Marvel Strike Force. There's no age gating on that game. I love that game. That's the next show I'm doing here just a few minutes on twitch.tv/FGH Beyond. But Marvel Strike Force, kids can pick it up. And that's where the problem comes in. A lot of parents have maybe a parent iTunes account where the kids can just spend money, or they give them money on their account. And then it's gambling for kids who don't understand. That's where some of that goes. So I'm not against slot machines having
The
chances
odds.
posted, the odds posted on the side. I don't care. I'm gonna go up to my favorite Bewitched game, put my quarter in, and see if I can't play that bonus game. I'm down.
It'll
I
be
don't
like
care.
the nutritional facts at fast food
Yes,
place, where it's just on the back of their little advertisement paper.
but
They'll hand you a little
beyond,
pamphlet as you walk in that
yeah.
has a whole bunch of coupons for their buffet and stuff like that. And then on the other side, it'll have the odds written in small print.
But Nicole's arguing if it's a minor, it's the parent's job to teach. We're not talking about teaching them. And this whole putting the odds in the game is a BS straw man. Hey, look what we did. No, I think it's the fact that you can spend money without any kind of responsibility is bad, and only people who could understand risk, and no one should risk money. Yeah, your
That
arguments are strong in a perfect world. They are strong in a perfect world. We just don't live in a perfect world.
there are slot machines in the Generation 1 games. Just saying.
But do you put real money into it, Joe?
No.
Yeah,
No.
you put a check in the mail? But yeah, kill tobacco, yeah. And I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about this sense of real
For
adults.
our podcast listeners, you might actually want to reference what you're talking about.
Well, no, they're talking about teaching stuff and complaining to Apple. It's fine. You know what? Go watch the video on demand. Go to YouTube. The chat is now on screen. You can actually see where I reference the chat live. by going back and watching it on youtube.com, and the link is in our show notes. So we need your help. I will take that money to give a cry for help. We need your help. Whether you're a big, huge fan of YouTube or not, whether you watch our videos on YouTube or not, if you like what we do, I need you to go to youtube.com, look up Giant Size Team Up or Pokemon Go Podcast, find our shining, beautiful faces where it says underneath our pictures, Charles McFall, Joseph R. So you know it's our show versus something else that was done. And like that channel. It's free. It takes you a minute at most of your time to do that.
Because what do we need? 1,000 subscribers to actually.
1,000 subscribers.
So we only need 915 more. Come on.
I know, it's crazy. So please help us out there. That way, then I can just say, hey, go over to our channel on this, and you can watch the video. But we got to wrap up here. But my point is, with Niantic, it is a version of gambling. I don't care how you try to spin it. We know if there's a chance.
Well, so
I can get
this got way off the compensation. So
that's what I'm getting back to. Yeah, that's what I'm getting back to.
Yeah. So when that chance is taken away, should they provide compensation when they make a big flub like that?
Yes. No, that's what I was getting to. Absolutely. Because we all know the game's a chance, right? We've talked about this on the show where it's so much chance to catch this one, but if you do a spin and a weather boost and a perfect catch and blah, 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 your chances go up by 0.002% or whatever. So, but we all know it's a chance. It's a game. When you spend money, you know you're taking that as an adult. I'm just assuming adults are doing it. When you spend money, you know you're taking that chance. And when you don't actually have a chance, I think the company should be held responsible. I think they should. I think Niantic should have stepped up. They know who spent money. Stop that, Joe. You're distracting me every time you do it. Joe is feeding his kibble and in real life doing the chomp motions with his face as he's feeding his kibble. But don't you think, Joe, that because there was no chance and you profited on that, intentional or not, you should compensate those who spent money? Not everybody, but those who spent money during that time.
Yes, that sounds fair to me.
Will they?
No.
Probably not.
They haven't for the last 3.5 years.
So, and honestly, that's bad business. Yeah. That's just bad business. It's bad management. It's bad any way you cut it to say, well, they knew what they were getting into or others. Oh, we couldn't help it because they wasn't intentional. I have zero belief that Niantic did it intentionally at all. It's a mistake. Mistakes happen. But what do you teach your kids to say when a mistake happens?
Sorry.
Thank you. There you go. You say sorry.
But remember, Niantic is bad with communication too.
Uncle Hanky, I'm sorry. And then it cost you $0 to give these people extra gems, coins, incubators, whatever you're going to give them. Gems was on something else. Gems are not in this game.
If they could communicate and provide compensation via AR, they might. But they haven't done that yet.
Okay. This reminds me of I've been watching Silicon Valley, and Niantic reminds me of Huli, the company Huli in that show.
I've never watched that show.
And you actually might like it with the coding and stuff. It's kind of fun, but I don't know. But anyway, those who watched that show understand Huli. You understand that's Niantic. It just is. A little disconnected from the real world, disconnected from their employees, disconnected from their customers somewhat. So, Joe, what time is it?
It is time for random trivia. Okay, that's not allowed to become a thing.
Oh, but chopping your that does? All right.
Nom. That's right. All right, just for you, the random trivia this week is Timpole. He's the tadpole Pokemon, evolves into Palpitoad, who is the vibration Pokemon, and then further evolves into
Seismitoad. Palpation. Yep. All right, I get it.
And then further evolves into Seismitoad, which is also the vibration Pokemon.
Seismic, yeah.
Yep. Timpole is water type, whereas its two evolutions are water ground type. Tim Pole's Pokedex entry says that it actually warns others of danger by vibrating its cheeks to create a high-pitched sound.
Fuck it.
Uh, go full Boss Nass on them. But apparently the sound they emit can't be heard by humans, so it's only a way to warn other Pokemon of danger. So there is that. Tim Pole is, and I need to give credit to Nicole because she said this in chat. Tympanic membrane, which is part of your eardrum. So the Tim comes from that, and then the pole comes from tadpole. The Tim pole aesthetically looks like a combination of a toad, tadpole, and a loudspeaker. So yeah, looks like he's wearing little headphones, and he's pretty fun. Palpitoad, its Pokedex entry, says that it vibrates the bumps on its head so that it can make waves in the water or earthquake-like vibrations on the ground. And then it also has a sticky tongue that it uses to capture its prey. You okay there?
Yeah, I just bumped the mic. Sorry.
And you were correct. Palpitoad for palpitation and toad. So yeah, that is fun there. Seismitoad. Man, he's got a whole bunch of speaker-esque protrusions on him, doesn't he?
He looks like a frog DJ.
A frog DJ. There you go. Apparently, it shoots paralyzing liquid from its head bumps, and they use vibration to hurt opponents. So there's that. Seismitoad, again, seismic and toad is what it is from. The speakers are most likely inspired by warts that tend to appear on toads. And the thought is that the aesthetics are based off of a Goliath toad, which, like its name suggests, is quite large. It's a Goliath toad, Goliath bullfrog, whatever you want to call it. And
Jeremiah?
Yeah. Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
It's not how you say it, but okay.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
You got to put some heart into it.
So yeah. Apparently, the seismic activity in its hands are enough to damage buildings, which makes sense since it can learn earthquake. But yeah, got to be careful about resonant disasters.
Resonant evil, if you will.
No, resonance.
I said resonance.
Whatever you say.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. We've got one more thing to do here before.
Oh yeah, we got a speak pipe.
Shut this down. From your number one stalker, right here, right now.
Hey, you guys. Cheeky Nashville here. And I'm from Nashville. And I was just wondering, if you have a few Lapras, would you use the term Lapri? Is that true? What do you think? I'm asking Joe because, Charles, you need to get good, brother.
Oh, you get good.
Casual. You ain't got no Lapri.
I do too. You get good.
But anyway, Joe, I got the January blues, brother. But when I listen to your soothing podcast voice, it gets me all warmed up inside. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I love the show. I hope to be on the show one day. It's a dream of mine. It's on the bucket list. You know, I could be there live. Not like this. Anyway. Cheeky.
Your face gets good. Shut up. I got laugh.
He's not the rock god of comebacks.
I am in charge of who gets on this show live, so not you.
um, pretty much all Pokemon, their names are already plural or singular, just like fish is both can be used plural and singular. So Lapras is still Lapras. I have 5 Lapras or I have 1 Lapras.
So the question is that genius or lazy?
I don't know. But Pokemon's sounds weird. Pokemon does not.
Well, but when Cheeky says it's Pokemans.
Gotta have them Arcanines.
Well, thank you for the pointed voicemail. You can leave your voice over on PokemonGoPodcast.com on the right-hand side of the screen. I said it right. On the right-hand side of the screen, there's a green tab there. That's what Cheeky clicked on. Any device with the microphone that touches the internet, you get 90 seconds, which actually is a long time. I mean, you think a minute and a half is it's a long time to talk. So however long you want to leave it, you've got your opportunity there to do that. Or you can email us, show at PokemonGoPodcast.com, and we'll read it out for you as well. Reddit page, that's where Joe puts up the articles that we're going to be talking about. That's where other people in our community have been putting in the graphics and the suggestions. Come talk, share your headlines with us, share your things that you find. Just come say, hey, reddit.com/r/Pokemon Go Podcast, Facebook.com/Pokemon Go Podcast as well. Twitter's at Pokemon Go Podcast, Twitch.tv, which we're on right now. Well, you know what? That's kind of a dichotomy, right? Because technically, in this hot second, I am. But if you're listening to the podcast, I'm not. So it's both on and off at the same time. We are very quantum physicky here. But
So
it's
it's
Twitch.tv.
Schrodinger's stream?
Yes, we're both live and not live at the same time. I like it. Pokemon Go Podcast on Twitch.tv, 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights. The follow-up is on YouTube.com. Fortunately, you're going to have to search Giant Size Team Up or Pokemon Go Podcast to get that playback video. And please, while you're there, like and subscribe right there on YouTube. So 1,000 is a lot to get to before we can get a name on there. And then if you like some merchandise, we're working on that. But if you'd like to see what the other network or what our network has otherwise, which is Giant Size Team Up Network, that is tiny.cc/GSTU. When GSU is all caps.
I was about to say there's no sale going on, but then it finally popped up. Had a little bit of a delay.
There's always a sale
35% off.
So, yeah, and we're working on some new merch for this particular show over there as well. So we'll get that going. It's.
I told you what we should do.
Tough.
You just got to listen to me.
You have to tell me again because I've already forgotten.
Okay.
So I think I remember, but we'll talk about it off here. Joe, where can they find you? Talk about that Adventures Inc.
Adventures.
Inc.
I'm not talking about Adventures Inc.
Adventure Zone because everybody's got to put adventure in their stupid DM stuff.
That is not what my podcast is going to be called. Shh. Anyway, you can
Adventures Ard.
You can find me personally at Joseph_Ard. But I have Assorted Geekdom, which will be launching a D&D podcast. It's not going to be called Assorted Geekdom, though it will be run through Assorted Geekdom. I do have a name, which actually changed this last week, so hopefully it won't change again. But, that'll be okay.
Evolutions are what they are, man.
Yep.
You progress on and things happen.
So, but yeah.
Do you have an Instagram of any kind?
The Assorted Geekdom has an Instagram.
Okay.
My brother's been posting to it lately, but it's
I want to tag you when I use GSU Media, which on Instagram at GSU Media
at Assorted Geekdom on Instagram is there, and my brother's been posting mostly D&D memes and some artwork that I've made is what he's been mostly posting lately.
And we're going to be tagging as we promote this show through GSU Media. We'll be tagging you there as well. And you can find me. I'm Rock Got a Pod on Twitter. Rock Got Podcasting everywhere else, including Instagram. And it's a fun place to be. I've been posting a lot of I've been posting my world on Rock Got Podcasting. On GSU Media, we post gaming things and fandom things, and of course promotions for the shows across the network. And so you can check that out there. It's pretty awesome. Tune in. Well, you know what? I want to do
Tune
something
in
slightly-
next time to hear Charles say,
Thanks to everybody who came out to Twitch. We got Alex Marcus 503, LEP, Fabian Mark 3, Kilted Pipe Guy, Lady Jasmine, Lasonimus 85, Megaxa, Zane Kyber, our wonderful and talented moderator Nicole 0991, Just My 23 cents, Civilian on Base. There's some names that didn't pop in that list. So I know we've had a lot of awesome people come out. Thanks for that. Then next week, tune in to hear Jose.
bah, I didn't think of anything because I threw it to you.
Oh, that was fun. All right. So we have a game that we play if you're new to the show. We have a game at we're okay. What world? What are you talking about? World is highly inappropriate. What? Charles's world? I
Mhm.
don't understand. I know it's reference to something I was talking about
Everything in your
directly.
world is just highly inappropriate.
This is my world. Don't you understand? All you my Tyler Durdens and you don't exist. All right. But go to that link that Nicole just put down there, that Showbot link right there. I'm going to render the show, which is our timer for how long you can actually have to vote on the topics. Hey, Joe, you can
All
go
right.
ahead.
So from Fabian, we have Trashy Pokemon. From Pokemon GO Podcast, we have I'm Yelling Timber. Fabian has the Pokedad Jokes Podcast.
Because of your bad jokes tonight.
Nicole said, "Is Timber related to Aaron Burr?"
Most people don't even know who the hell Aaron Burr is.
Consults Google.
Hamilton, man. She's a big Hamilton fan. Aaron Burr shot people. He shot Hamilton, I believe.
Okay.
In a duel. He shot somebody in a duel. Then you got Raymond Burr, and none of y'all know who he is.
Burr shot his political rival Alexander Hamilton in a duel in 1804. And then we've got Kilted Pipe Guy meeting randos in the park. And also from Nicole is it's Haxorus, not Haxorus.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Oh, I missed one. It's a strong maybe from Nicole, which is actually leading right now.
Yeah, I like that. I'm yelling timber. Meeting randos in the park. Yeah, but that's what Pokemon Go is, right? It totally is
Oh,
meeting randos.
I got another shiny on the stream. Do, 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 do.
It's Eevee though. Does it really count?
Yes, it does, because it does. It's not Hippie Eevee.
Which one was a Harry Potter joke? Hold on. Haxor. Oh, okay. Haxorus, not Haxorus. Got it. Well, I knew enough to make a surface Harry Potter joke, but not enough to get your clever fandom-based Harry Potter joke.
Ooh, it's got a perfect attack IV, which is not good for PvP, but
Now, tell me again. I know we've talked about it, but tell me again. Like Jasmine says, "Yay, Charles! I mean Joe."
oh, I wonder if anybody clipped that. Nicole,
why
did you clip that? We can share it out on social media.
we can easily clip it. We can go back and watch the replay and clip it in case. But why remind me again, why do you want a zero attack? I know why you would want defense and health. Oh, she says you know it. She got it. Look at her.
Oh
Look at her
yeah.
on the spot. Right there. So
So the attack stat there, the attack IV inflates your CP more than the other IVs, and so you want it to be lower specifically because it will keep your IVs lower and it doesn't make it'll keep your CP lower and it doesn't make a huge difference. So that's why you want the attack IV lower.
gotcha. We've got 2 seconds left.
I would have freaked out if this Murkrow had been another shiny.
Well, looks like it's a strong maybe by Nicole at 5. Nicole, I'm wondering if you've kept count. How many titles have you won in the last couple of years? Because I think it's a solid number. I mean, she's definitely got to be up there in the listener, and well, she's also a moderator, obviously too. She's a part of our family, but not so much that you can't compete in the contest. I think she's gotten the most titles. She's very clever with her titles. It was very good. Uh, but it looks like it's a strong maybe has won. Again, I got to get ready to go. So not too many, but not enough. I'll say you haven't won enough yet. So next week we'll be back in. We'll be having fun. We need to get us a guest in here pretty soon, Joe. I don't know who. We got to figure out somebody.
We just had a guest.
Not Cheeky. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll see. Reach out to our
clearly we need one of the Chris's to come on. Pine, Hemsworth, Evans, any of them.
I'll take it. You know who? Well, I don't know if he still does, but he was playing. Well, you might not even know who this is, but he's playing with his son a lot doing the Pokemon Go. That I'd love to have on. And crap, I just lost his name as soon as I tried to tell you. Ron Funches. Ron Funches, one of my favorite comedians out there, and I would just any excuse I would have to talk to him. I would take, but yeah. He used to play Pokemon a lot with his son because his son's autistic and he takes him with him on tour to look after, and that's what they do during their downtime. They'd walk around the cities they were in. It was really cool. All right, I gotta go get ready for my other show, so I will catch you sometime as soon as I can, Joe, and I'll see everybody else next week.
Toodles.